It is now time for another Q&A sponsored by Candid. If you'd like to participate in these Q&As, you can visit the Humanist Report group on the Candid app, available on iOS and Android. So let's go ahead and jump into the questions. Hey Mike, I'm a liberal, but my friend is a libertarian. I totally disagree with him on economic decisions, but social policy we agree. Do you think as progressives we should work with libertarians to promote social reform policies, even though we disagree in other areas? Absolutely. And not just social policies, but libertarians are now to the left of many Democrats when it comes to foreign policy. So Rand Paul is someone that I agree more with on foreign policy than Hillary Clinton or many Democrats. I say let's do it. Hey Mike, greetings from India. I was wondering if Jill Stein and Bernie Sanders ran for president in 2020, who would you vote for and why? I'm also a huge fan of the show. Keep up the great work. Thanks so much. And that's really cool that you are viewing from India. That's awesome to me. So if it came down to Bernie Sanders in the Democratic nomination and Jill Stein in the Green Party nomination, I would vote for Bernie Sanders over Jill Stein in that scenario. So I would do that because Bernie Sanders obviously has the better chance at winning, because Green Party and other third-party candidates, they're always disenfranchised. Our system is literally rigged against them. So I would vote for Bernie Sanders because that would be the easiest way to facilitate progressive change, but that doesn't mean I would stop fighting for electoral reform and stop fighting for the Green Party. And I think Bernie Sanders, as an independent who, for much of his life, he was a third-party candidate, he knows that, and I think he would probably pursue that type of electoral reform as well. Hey Mike, greetings from Austria. I'm a German citizen and wanted to ask if you know anything about German politics. What do you think of Angela Merkel, and which party would you vote for in the 2017 election? Love your show. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Again, getting lots of international viewers. That's great. I don't know too much about German politics, but I do really admire Germany and their electoral system. I would implement their electoral system in the United States if I was, a benevolent dictator and could do that, because I think it allows for just the right number of parties. You guys have about 5 political parties that can actually win. That's your effective number of political parties, and I like that. In terms of, what I think, I like that your chancellor is not a crazy person. She's a conservative, but, you guys, you get things done regardless of the fact that your parties have to work together. Now, would I vote for one of the two main parties? Probably not. I'd probably vote for Alliance 90 and the Greens, but I admire your system because you guys are doing so much right that the U.S. is getting wrong. You still promote social and economic policies that are good for everyone, and you're not perfect, right? But you don't have to worry that one of your parties will destroy the country if they gain power. So I love Germany. So has Elizabeth Warren been forgiven now, and do we want her to run in 2020? Elizabeth Warren has been forgiven, and yes, I do want her to run in 2020, but she still has to regain the trust of many progressives. She's not back to 100% old Elizabeth Warren in my book, but we've got plenty of time for her to make it up to us. Hey Mike, what do you think of the possibility that Nina Turner might run for Senate or president? She seems like a bright, competent woman, and she doesn't have any ties to Wall Street. I would unequivocally support Nina Turner at anything she decided to run for. Let's encourage Nina Turner to run for president or governor or Senate, something, because I want more of her in American politics. Hey Mike, what video games do you play, if any? I kind of play a little bit of everything. I consider myself more of a casual gamer who does follow the industry pretty frequently. Currently, I'm playing Minecraft still. I'm playing Diablo 3. I haven't played it yet, so me and my fiance are going through the campaign. I'm also playing Batman Return to Arkham because I didn't get to play those on last generation, and I'm really enjoying it. Hey Mike, I was wondering if you watch any sports. I don't watch any sports. Nobody in my family watches sports, so I never grew up with it. Although I like to play sports as a kid, I like to play basketball. I just never got into it. I would like to get into it because, I see how much enjoyment people take out of it, but I just wouldn't know where to start, and frankly don't have time now, so I don't, unfortunately. I just heard that Chelsea Clinton was going to start her first political campaign. I really hope this is just a joke. If it isn't, Mike, what are your thoughts? Chelsea Clinton, no. The answer is no. I do not want Chelsea Clinton in politics. End political dynasties now. We can do better. Chelsea Clinton, there's nothing about her that makes her appealing as a candidate. And we not only have Chelsea Clinton to worry about, but we have Jeb Bush's son to worry about, who's a rising star in Republican politics in Texas. I'm done with the Clintons. I'm done with the Bushes. Please, no more political dynasties. Chelsea, leave us alone. Hey, Mike, quick question from across the pond. Do you believe that someone can beat Trump in 2020? And do you believe that the Democrats can retake the House and the Senate? Well, I don't think Democrats are going to get a chance at taking back the House unless they redraw district lines. In terms of taking back the Senate, demographics don't favor them in the next election. So I don't know. And when it comes to Trump, if Democrats get their act together, then yes, they can defeat Donald Trump because he is not a very difficult opponent to beat in theory. But it's just a matter if they listen. Is it wrong to antagonize people for racist, sexist, homophobic, or xenophobic beliefs like Clinton's basket of deplorables? If you're a politician, you probably shouldn't make that kind of a statement, but I don't disagree with it. I think that she was probably right about Trump. Half of his supporters, they are, anxious about the economy, but the other half, they are pretty deplorable. They're sexist, they're racist, they're xenophobic. Now, if you're just going to name call, I think that's not going to be very effective. What I would rather do is have a discussion with people, because as someone from the LGBT community, I've never changed a mind by calling someone homophobic, even if they are literally homophobic. I've changed their mind by having conversations with them. And I've changed a lot of minds. So I think that what we should really opt for instead is to just talk with people. Give them our point of view. And even if they're factually a racist or a xenophobe, just calling them that, it's intellectually lazy. Actually let them hear your side of the story. And I think we could change their mind that way. What did you make of Trump's campaign? He ran a shitty campaign, and fortunately for him, that type of shitty campaign was what Republicans were looking for, because they wanted this disaster, because the fact that his campaign was disastrous showed that he really was a political outsider. He really was, quote, anti-establishment, even though he's going to fall in line for the establishment, as he's already shown. He came along at the perfect time to run that type of a shitty campaign. I think 10 years ago, maybe, that type of campaign would be unacceptable. And really, in many ways, it was a disaster. How many stupid things did he say? But he got lucky in having the only Democrat run that he could beat in Hillary Clinton, because she also ran a terrible campaign. But Donald Trump's was way worse. Objectively speaking, his campaign was worse than Hillary Clinton. Well, honestly, maybe I can't say that because he won. So, I don't know. Mike, what's your opinion on compulsory voting? I support it. With turnout as low as it is in the US, that worries me for the health and safety of our democracy. So I say I support compulsory voting. Other democracies have it, like Australia. Democracies do this, and I think that it's necessary in the US. Hey Mike, what is your opinion on TYT? It's been pretty controversial lately. The Young Turks is great, and if you dislike the Young Turks during the general, tune in now, because Cenk has gone on some epic rants against the Democratic establishment. And it's phenomenal. I love TYT. I never stopped loving them. And even if you might not agree with them on 100% of the issues, you're never going to agree with anyone on 100% of the issues. So I love TYT still. And, I would encourage people to still watch them, because they're a great network. And I think that they're better than 99.9% of what else is out there when you look at the mainstream media. So that's all the questions we have. So I want to thank everyone for submitting your question to the Humanist Report group on the Candid app. If you too would like to participate in future Q&As, you can visit the Humanist Report group on the Candid app, available now on iOS or Android. Please go check it out. Download the app. I will see you there.